it's clear that Biden did what he needed to do last night to unify his party. They were all singing his praises last night. You got the pundits on television that are now rallying behind Biden. The Republicans better get it together. Better figure out what they believe. They got a nominee now. They need to be in lockstep because the Democrats are going to be in lockstep. I saw James Lankford, who is still pushing this bill ahead. Your party is rejected. A lot of the American people have rejected. Marco Rubio tried to do this years ago with amnesty and bring people together, but he realized that the people within his party, his base, did not like it. So you got to let it go and figure out what you're going to do to move the country and your party forward. It can't be siding with Democrats and nodding as the president is giving this speech bashing Republicans.
Fox News' Lawrence Jones wasn't very happy with what many saw as a successful State of the Union address delivered by Joe Biden. What actually grinds his gears, though, is the fact that Republican James Lankford actually nodded his head while a Democratic president spoke. Lawrence actually said, this idea of trying to bring people together is something that destroyed Marco Rubio years ago. I mean, doesn't he get that we Republicans are divisive and don't want any solutions? Some Republicans, no longer in office, though, were worried about other embarrassing things that their party's been doing in public.
On the Republican side, people are going to be watching to see whether or not members are vaping or singing along with the songs or getting handsy with a seatmate. They want to see how Republicans, are they capable of acting like adults in public? So those are your reasons to watch the State of the Union. Does Biden fall asleep during his own speech, and can Republicans avoid being arrested? Those are the two reasons to watch.
All right. So I take it you were giving us examples of what can happen if he falls asleep. All right. So let's get to this. The White House.
Or go to Beetlejuice in Colorado. Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Harris Faulkner wasn't very happy about Trey Gowdy calling out the shenanigans the Republicans have been pulling lately at the State of the Union addresses. She knows it's true, but can't escape the directives to never criticize the party, even if it's Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, who thinks being known for interrupting makes her look good to anyone in the party except for Donald Trump.
Well, if he's a liar, he should be called out. That's important to do, and people really care about that.
So you might call him out tonight on the floor of the House.
I have no idea what he's going to say, and I would argue that Joe Biden has no idea what he's saying, too. So they're probably working up a good drug cocktail mix over there at the White House. So we'll see how he talks tonight, and then I'll decide then.
She said that she'll wait and see what the president has to say before she makes a fool of herself. But based on her pre-speech self-promotional video, she had decided to use the attention for more political theater anyway.
Tonight's the State of the Union, and the State of the Union is Laken Riley. America's been under attack because of Joe Biden's open border policies with over 10 million illegal aliens invading our country. There's 2 million gotaways, and among them, we know there are terrorists. America has a national security crisis because of Joe Biden. Joe must go.
So after telling everyone that she plans on exploiting the death of Laken Riley to spin the debate over border policy, she handed Biden a pen, expecting to go on Fox News or Newsmax to complain about him refusing to mention her attempt for more political clout in Trump world. But the president disappointed her by doing the opposite, where he not only acknowledged her demands, but also used the opportunity to point out how Republicans only care with slogans and not with legislation.
Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand. But look, if we change the dynamic at the border, people pay these smugglers $8,000 to get across the border because they know if they get by and let into the country, it's 6 to 8 years before they have a hearing. And it's worth taking the chance of the $8,000. But if it's only 6 weeks, the idea is it's highly unlikely that people will pay that money and come all that way knowing that they'll be able to be kicked out quickly. Folks, I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends owe it to the American people, get this bill done. We need to act now.
Sadly, though, Biden also adopted Republicans' dehumanizing rhetoric by using the term illegals, while also still calling out the wrong name. But Senator James Lankford, who fought for the bill his party swiftly rejected, had to agree with his point, which will probably get him booted for the party before the year is over.
My team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. The result was a bipartisan bill with the toughest set of border security reforms we've ever seen. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that bill, huh? That conservatives got together and said it was a good bill? I'll be darned. That's amazing. That bipartisan bill would hire 1,500 more security agents and officers, 100 more immigration judges to help tackle the backload of 2 million cases, 4,300 more asylum officers, and new policies so they can resolve cases in 6 months instead of 6 years now. What are you against?
Still, based on the conspiracy theory Marjorie Taylor Greene floated hours before the speech, the predictable characters at Fox had to follow her lead since they didn't get the Sleepy Joe narrative that they were hoping for.
If they give him, for the debate, what they gave him last night, then yeah.
What drug do you guys think he was on?
I'm not a doctor, but they're giving him something, Jessica.
What?
Listen.
Cold medicine?
If you see a horse, and the horse is old and injured and mopes around the barnyard, and then all of a sudden you race the horse and he fires out of the gate and laps everybody, what'd they give the horse?